You know that one hero that just rolls in like a bowling ball and ruins everyone's fun? Yeah, that's Baxia. And today, I'm that bowling ball. What's up everyone? Welcome back to part 4 of our solo climb from Epic to Mythic using only the roam roll. If you're new here, you're catching the series right in the heat of it, where things get sweaty, intense, and surprisingly emotional. And if you've been watching since the start, you already know, we don't stop until we hit Mythic. Now, let's talk about the man of the match, Baxia, aka the Rolling Menace. And I'm telling you, Baxia is that hero who shows up uninvited to every team fight, crashes the party, and somehow walks out alive with full HP. And the best part, he's not even banned in solo rank. Like, bro, how are you all just letting this monster slip through draft? This is the same guy they literally ban in MPL, and yet here I am, picking him in solo queue like it's free lunch. So here's the plan. Pick Baxia, lock in that tank emblem, and roll like your life depends on it. Now, I prefer playing him as roamer, especially when I'm solo. Why? Because when you're alone in ranked, you can't trust anyone to do their job, but you can trust yourself to be everywhere. As a roamer, you control the pace. You decide where the fight happens. You're not just watching the map, you are the map. And that's where Baxia shines. His first skill is your VIP pass to chaos. You're not walking, you're drifting around corners, bumping into enemies, stunning them, and giving your team free kills. And don't even get me started on the second skill. It's like having an infinite slap machine. As long as you have mana and a target to hit, you're unstoppable. You just keep swinging, slowing, and healing while everyone around you panics. So not only are you tanky, you're also the reason the enemy sustain comp collapses. That's why I love him for solo rank. You don't need perfect teammates, you just need good map sense and timing. You see an enemy trying to sneak turtle? Boom, roll in, stun, steal, and dip. You see a fight breaking out mid? Fly in from the jungle like a meteor, knock someone up, and suddenly it's a 5v4. You see your teammate about to die? No problem. Roll through, peel, and watch the enemy waste everything trying to kill you while your core cleans up. That's what makes Baxia so satisfying. You're not just playing a hero, you're playing momentum. Once you start moving, you don't stop. You just keep chaining plays, rotations, and saves until the enemy doesn't even know which direction you're coming from. Now, let me be real with you. Some games, it's gonna be tough. You'll get teammates who farm mid lane crabs, others who fight without minions, and maybe even a jungler who thinks retribution is optional. But when you play Baxia, you have power over chaos. Even when your team's falling apart, you can stabilize fights, control objectives, and sometimes literally carry the game through sheer map presence. And that's what I love about this climb. It's not just about winning, it's about learning how to win even when everything looks doomed. Every rotation, every save, every lord steal, it all adds up. So, if you're solo ranking this season and tired of getting useless roamers or supports that build magic shoes and AFK in bush, pick Baxia. He's durable, aggressive, and fun as hell. You'll tilt enemies, surprise teammates, and actually feel like you have impact in every game. And once you get the hang of his skill timing, oh man, it's over. You'll be rolling through the map like it's your racetrack, ganking lanes before the enemy even finishes loading in. You'll start to predict fights before they happen, control every bush, and deny every lord attempt. The moment you show up, the enemy will literally start pinging retreat like they saw a ghost. And that's when you know you've made it, when your presence alone changes the way the enemy plays. So yeah, that's why I said it. Baxia is the secret weapon for solo rank. He's reliable, tanky, and can handle multiple roles if you know how to use his skills right. You can jungle with him, you can roam with him, but in this climb, roaming is the move. Because when you roam, you create the win. You decide who gets fed. You decide who gets saved. You're not waiting for luck, you are the luck. So in this first game, I went full Baxia mode, rolling in, stunning, peeling, and even tanking 3v1 fights just to buy time for my team. And honestly, it felt amazing. Because in solo rank, nothing's more satisfying than knowing you controlled the game from start to finish. So yeah, Baxia 10 out of 10. If you're trying to rank up fast, especially from Epic or Legend, pick this guy and thank me later. And don't even think about leaving, because this climb is just getting started. We've still got more games, more chaos, and more moments where I question my sanity. So sit back, grab your snacks, hit that like button, drop a wheel in the comments if you're part of the rolling squad, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, before we even jump into the gameplay, let's just be honest here. Solo rank is not for the weak. You win some, you lose some, and sometimes you lose your sanity. But here's the thing, when you play Baxia, those losses start turning into wins more often than not. Because this hero, he doesn't rely on luck, he relies on you. So yeah, in solo rank, you can't control your teammates. Trust me, I've tried. You can ping retreat 100 times, and they'll still run 1v4 into the jungle like they're auditioning for a Mobile Legends documentary titled How I Fed in 4 Minutes. But here's what you can control: your impact, your map presence, and your decision making. And that's exactly where Baxia shines. He's not just tanky, he's independent. You don't need perfect teammates, you just need good instincts. Every time you roll out with Baxia, you're not just tanking hits, you're setting the tempo of the game. You decide when the fight happens, you decide when to rotate, and most importantly, you decide when to turn a hopeless match into an epic comeback. Let's talk about why Baxia is such a beast in solo queue. Number 1, sustain and anti-heal. Half of solo rank players love picking lifesteal heroes. Esmeralda, Ruby, Yuzong, Alucard, you name it. Baxia just rolls up, activates his passive, and suddenly all that fancy healing they brag about, gone, deleted. They go from I'm unkillable to why am I melting in 2 seconds flat. Number 2, he's fast. When you're solo queuing, rotations are life. You can't depend on your team to call out missing mid, but with Baxia's rolling skill, you are the map. You can check buffs, cut rotations, and show up just in time to stop a 3v1 dive. You're literally everywhere, like that one annoying ad that keeps showing up no matter what video you watch. And number 3, you don't need a babysitter. Unlike squishy roamers who need backup every 2 seconds, Baxia is built to survive. You dive in, take the hits, stun the core, and roll back out like nothing happened. It's like being the main character in an action movie. Explosions everywhere, but somehow you walk out alive and shiny. But let's be real, sometimes, no matter how hard you play, the system just says no. You know those games where your teammates have zero map awareness? Your gold laner is farming mid, your jungler's chasing butterflies, and your mage is typing an essay in chat? Yeah, those games. You can literally do everything right, rotate, invade, protect lanes, tank objectives, and still end up losing because someone thought Lord at 10 minutes solo was a good idea. And that's the dark side of solo rank. But here's the thing, those games don't define you. You can't control the 4 people the system gives you, but you can control how you play around them. The key? Adapt. If your team is weak early, play defensive. If your jungler's farming wrong, cover the jungle. If your marksman can't position, you become their position. That's what makes a real roamer, not just pressing skills, but thinking ahead, predicting chaos, and cleaning it up before it happens. So how do you play smart as a roamer like Baxia? Let me break it down.
So all you really need to do is make the enemy uncomfortable. You want them checking every bush, second-guessing every move, constantly asking themselves, wait, where's Baxia? That's when you know you've won, because once they start panicking, they'll make mistakes all on their own. Every red dot is a plot twist waiting to happen. If you see 2 enemies missing from top lane, don't just stand there. Rotate, predict, intercept. Half of your team's safety comes from your map awareness. Rule number 2, pick your dives wisely. Not every opportunity is a good one. Sometimes your instincts will scream, go in, but your experience should whisper, they're baiting you, buddy. You have to balance aggression with patience. One bad dive, and suddenly, you're not the hero, you're the highlight in the enemy's TikTok montage. Rule number 3, be annoying. Seriously, Baxia is made to frustrate people. Roll through their jungle, steal their crab, interrupt their buffs, do whatever it takes to tilt them. Once the enemy gets mad, they stop thinking logically, and that's when you take over the match.
The early game started decent. I invaded, gave vision, tried to keep pressure on their core. But you know how solo queue is. Sometimes your teammates are with you, sometimes they're farming in Narnia. So I had to do what every solo player learns the hard way. You adapt, or you suffer. I kept rotating, healing for the marksman, tanking objectives, and taking hits like a champ. And slowly, the momentum shifted. One mistake from the enemy, one overextension, boom, instant turnaround. That's the beauty of Baxia. You can be behind in gold, behind in kills, but one perfect engage, and suddenly it's a 5v2 cleanup. And that's exactly what happened here. The enemy overpushed, I caught their core, my team followed up, and suddenly that impossible match turned into another beautiful victory. Here's what this game taught me and what I want you to remember. Solo rank isn't about winning every match. It's about winning the ones that matter. Some games are out of your control. Bad matchups, trolls, AFKs, you name it. But if you keep your focus, keep your energy, and play smart with heroes like Baxia, you'll find your win rate slowly creeping up. Because it's not luck, it's consistency. That's what gets you from epic to legend, and from legend to mythic. So yeah, second game, another win for the Baxia squad. And I'll be honest, it wasn't easy, but that's what makes it fun. Every game is a new story, a new challenge, and another reason to roll back in and do it again. So, if you're tired of losing streaks, tired of teammates throwing, or tired of getting melted before fights even start, do yourself a favor. Pick Baxia. Learn him. Master the art of being unkillable, unpredictable, and unbelievably annoying. Trust me, once you get the hang of it, you'll start enjoying ranked again, because you'll be the one controlling the chaos. And hey, if you made it this far, you're a real one. Drop a turtle in the comments so I know you're part of the Baxia army. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the road to Mythic isn't over yet. We've got more chaos, more comebacks, and a lot more fun on the way.